When you think about making the fastest bike in the world, a few things come to mind: aerodynamics, compliance, top speed, weight reduction. Previously, Specialized split the responsibility of producing world-class cycling victories to the S-Works Venge and the Tarmac. The Venge being an all-out aero road bike meant for speed and speed only, and the Tarmac being a purebred all-rounder racing machine that could take on everything else. But few people, apart from professionals and cycling fanatics, really want to buy two separate chassis to basically do the same thing, only marginally better than the other. And Specialized engineers apparently thought the same too. So they took the stiff, high-speed aero bike elements of the Venge, blended that with the DNA of the SL6 Tarmac, and slapped on 32mm of tire clearance to bring you the S-Works Tarmac SL7, the one to rule them all. A beauty in its own right, it's the weapon of choice for the Bora Hansgrohe and Soudal Quickstep teams in the Pro Peloton for all but their roughest races and time trials. But again, we run into that same problem. Not many of us want to afford a $14,500 bike, even if it is the fastest bike on the market. Hell, you could buy a decent used car or pay for a semester of college with that sort of money. So what if we stripped down that world-class S-Works Tarmac to its core? What if we took all those bells and whistles, the deep aero wheels, the feather-light Duro Ace components, and the fancy S-Works stickers, and created a version of the SL7 that could bring you a similar level of satisfaction and enjoyment at a fraction of that cost? You get this. The Tarmac SL7 Comp. Coming in at $5,500, it cuts down the cost to a third of its highest-end sibling while retaining key elements that exist on the S-Works variant. It's a huge jump from the previous iteration of the Tarmac Comp and makes some of the latest features available to use straight from the factory while offering avenues for personalized upgrades down the road. The first and most obvious feature is that it keeps the same aerodynamically optimized frame as the S-Works Tarmac. The only difference is that instead of the ultralight, high modulus FACT 12R carbon fiber layup that is used on the S-Works frames, the Specialized designated frames use a less expensive FACT 10R layup. 10R still keeps the same carbon ride quality and stiffness, just trades a very marginal weight penalty to lower the cost. And if you're wondering, the frame used on the Comp trim is the exact same as the $9,000 Pro trim right below S-Works level, so rest assured, you're not missing out on too much. Stiffness, by the way, is a good thing in this case. It ensures the power you put into the cranks is transferred with minimal loss to your wheels, giving you more efficient power output. And it also keeps you more stable under hard cornering, an important quality for rider confidence. Even with a stiff frame, you still get the excellent vibration dampening you can expect from a carbon fiber frame. Another hot feature of the SL7 Comp is the factory-installed electronic group set. Unlike the old SL6 Comp that had a mechanical Ultegra drivetrain, the SL7 is delivered with a full wireless SRAM rival electronic shifting package, rivaling Ultegra Di2 with its simplicity and user-friendliness, and blowing out the awkward 105 Di2 out of the water. With the industry shifting towards electronic shifting, it's natural that Specialized would want to use that technology on their new road bike. But to put it on a $5,500 bike, on a frame that costs nearly $3,300 on its own, it is an absolute steal. While slightly heavier than its higher-end SRAM Force and Red siblings, Rival retains the same intuitive two-shifter configuration, and unlike Shimano's semi-wireless design, it keeps everything on the outside. That means no parts getting knocked loose in your down tube, and detachable external batteries that make it even easier to charge up. Shifting is smooth and reliable anytime and every time, taking away the frustration of dodgy shifts and the need for maintenance that mechanical systems often plague riders with. Essentially, you're paying for better shifting performance while saving on upkeep, a trade-off usually unheard of in the bike industry. The SL7 Comp is outfitted with the same aero seat post as the S-Works variant, a feature that wasn't available on the previous SL6's Comp trim. While the performance difference on this is marginal, it definitely keeps to the SL7's sleek look and gives you bonus style points over its older, rounder seat post sibling. The same goes for the integrated tarmac specific aero stem. Not a necessary aerodynamic feature in many cases, but stays true to the SL7's body lines and aero-inspired design. And if you're going to be spending $5,500 on a bike, you better look good doing it. Other notable features include hydraulic disc brakes, part of the Arrival group set, that stops quickly and leaves very little to be complained about. The use of standardized dot fluid in SRAM brakes also means you'll get consistent braking performance even in extremely cold weather, beating out mineral oil-based brake systems that become unpredictable in similar conditions. Road bikes with hydraulic disc brakes are also practically standard in the industry for their superior all-weather, all-season stopping power, so you can rest assured that you're getting the best of what's on the market today. The typical, well-loved Specialized power saddle also comes stock on this bike, and chances are you'll love the feeling of it. It excellently treads the fine line between being soft enough to be comfortable but stiff enough to be sporty. A Goldilocks saddle, if you will. The factory bar tape is the same Supacaz tape that's used on the S-Works model. It's not necessarily a special feature, but since Specialized deems it good enough for the best of their products, it's bound to treat you well. And the SL7 Comp isn't a no-compromises bike. In fact, it's the selection of the best compromises that makes this bike so fast while keeping it within this price range. The wheels are DT Swiss R470s, an inexpensive and reliable alloy tubeless-ready wheel set, outfitted with non-tubeless Specialized Turbo Pro clincher tires. It's nothing extraordinary. In fact, it's the same wheel tire combination that's used on the SL6 Sport, a $3,500 bike. But considering they can fit anything between 23 to 50 millimeter tires, and that many cyclists prefer to change their tires to their preferred brands anyway, it's a justified choice. Adding to that point, instead of confining you to a singular expensive wheel tire combo like the higher trim models do, it gives you the freedom to choose the kind of ride quality you want from your bike as long as you respect the 32 millimeter tire clearance that the frame dictates. Still, even without a spectacular deep aero wheel set, it gives you a decent setup that'll outclass many of its contemporaries out of the box. Handlebars follow a similar philosophy where, instead of the carbon Revolve Rapide aero drop bars, the SL7 Comp is fitted with a set of compact alloy bars. It loses out on a bit of weight and vibration dampening, but it gets the job done by providing you with a highly reliable, durable bar to get you going anywhere. Like wheels, you could change these out for your choice of handlebar if you decide to do so. The Tarmac SL7 Comp is truly a high-performance people's bike that offers many of the hottest performance features out of the box while leaving you with avenues for customization. Most importantly, it opens the door for one of the best bikes on the market at the most affordable price point ever. We've recently received a shipment of Tarmacs in store in this sharp satin blue and black fade color scheme this week, and Specialized.com offers these in white if that's more to your taste. You can have these sent to our shop through their website for complimentary assembly, and we're more than happy to help you pick out any additional parts to personalize your SL7. Performance road cycling is back in stock, and your next ride awaits.